Hi, I'm Nicole and I have a degree in environmental studies and economics. Welcome to Vlogmas day 22. Today we're going to be talking about why tampons are so awful and why you should use a reusable menstrual cup or pad. So if you like content about sustainable living, veganism, and minimalism, then please consider hitting the subscribe button. Let's get right into it. So in my last video, I talked about my experience using a menstrual cup for over 3 years and how it has really improved my life and basically my relationship with myself. So I just want to go a little bit deeper into why tampons are actually so problematic and scary, because I know that the more I learn about them, the more and more grateful I am that I no longer use them. It all sort of begins with the fact that tampon chemicals are absorbed by vaginal mucosa. And from there, they're able to pass almost directly into your bloodstream. So it really matters what are in these products because they can really have a true effect on your health. Despite this fact, there are no requirements for tampons to list their ingredients on their packaging because they are considered to be medical devices. Now, studies have actually shown that tampons do in fact contain toxins. The main toxin produced by tampons are called dioxins, and these are essentially byproducts of the bleaching process. And yes, there are leftover amounts of them in the tampons you buy at the store. It is small amounts, however, they are there. And what's so scary is that the World Health Organization has deemed dioxins not only extremely toxic, but also known human carcinogen. Now, there's very little evidence about whether or not dioxins actually have negative effects on women's health, but certain experts suggest that maybe using them once or twice would not be harmful, but using tampons consistently over the span of a lifetime may lead to real health problems. Further, some fragranced female hygiene products contain chemicals that have been shown in one study to be linked to lower IQ as well as higher risk of asthma. And these are just a couple of the ingredients that are in tampons. They are potentially extremely detrimental for our health. And this would explain why some women's, including mine, actually had reduced cramps and menstrual symptoms when they transitioned to a menstrual cup because they are no longer being exposed to all of those chemicals. Another issue could be the fact that tampons are very drying, and that is because they absorb. So yes, they are absorbing the blood, but they're also absorbing vaginal fluid that can also throw off pH because it disrupts bacteria. And the bacteria biome that exists in a woman's vagina is very delicate. So messing with this system can increase the risk of infection. Not to mention the fact that toxic shock syndrome is a real risk when you're using tampons, especially if you leave them in beyond 6 to 8 hours. It's rare, but it does happen and it can lead to death. So it really, again, makes you question what is going on with these products and why are we so okay with women inserting these products that can potentially kill them once a month for 5 days a month. Something's not right here. And when you look at it deeper on sort of a social level, most tampon companies are run by men, and they have been for several years. So that would explain why they are so expensive, and the fact that you have to pay sales tax on tampons in 35 states, despite the fact that they are a necessity for women. It's absolutely disgusting, the fact that these products are medical necessities and that they are taxed and that they are so expensive. When you switch to using a reusable pad or a menstrual cup, you are not only helping make the world a greener place, but you are also doing something that is kinder and more beneficial for your health because you're skipping all those chemicals and those toxins. If you're using a menstrual cup, you don't need to worry about fragrance enhancing whatever, because the reason why there's odor in when women use traditional tampons is because there's air exposure. When you're using a menstrual cup, there's a seal, so you don't need to worry about that air escaping and causing an odor. You don't have to constantly be worried about making sure that you change your tampon in an orderly fashion, because not only can you leave in a menstrual cup for 12 hours, but if you go a little bit over, there's really nothing to worry about. I mean, of course you don't want to be leaving it in for an excessive amount of time, but if you go like 13, 14 hours rather than 12, you will be fine. It might just overflow a little bit or begin leaking. On a health level, it just makes sense. And it's pretty easy to keep these things hygienic if you have a cleanser, if you're boiling it. And again, it does not disrupt the delicate biome that exists in your vagina, and rather it just catches the blood and allows you to dispose of it properly. It is a more upfront and personal process, but it is worth it. And it is truly so empowering to be able to get free from that cycle of constantly throwing stuff away, constantly buying these expensive products that you need, and it also is just overall better for your health. So I really strongly recommend transitioning to either a menstrual cup or a reusable pad. If you're concerned about the insertion of the cup, then I would definitely start off with the pad and maybe get both and sort of use the pad until you really get the hang of the cup. But again, I will link, if I can find it, a video that I found extremely useful in learning how to insert the cup. And I really hope that you try ditching tampons and giving a more green, healthier option a go. I hope you found this video useful, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.